What's up, guys? It's Devin. I have card show pickups is the video for today. I went to two smaller shows over this last weekend, one each day, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. So I figured instead of making two videos, we'll just combine it into one, make it one better video and showcase everything that I picked up at both shows. It's kind of cool because I had a different mindset and approach for each show. The stack on the right, I attended the Lansing Card Show. This time they did it at the Lugnuts baseball stadium. So it was kind of one-off from their normal monthly show. This was the first time he's ever done it there. It was Saturday, August 10th, and it ran from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Lansing Lugnuts baseball stadium. That's what the stack on the right is. Stack on the left, also I was a dealer. I set up with a couple of tables here at the Lansing one. The one on the left, I went and drove to a show in Illinois. It was called the Chicago Card Show at the Bridgeview Community Center in Bridgeview, Illinois. This one was on Sunday, August 11th, and it ran from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and they were in Central Time. So it was nice driving there. I got there at a good time, but then the drive home obviously sucked when I had to add an hour onto my drive. But that show, I just drove and walked around. So I bought less things walking around, but I bought more valuable items, which was interesting. When I was set up as a dealer, I got more opportunities to buy things, but it was a lot of cheaper stuff or things that was more on like the low to mid-tier spectrum. Things on the left were more on the higher tier spectrum. So it was interesting seeing both. And I'll showcase what I got. We'll go over the Lansing one first, and I'm going to have time to edit this one, so I will showcase what I bought these for and what I valued them at. I haven't done that in a little bit for card show pickups videos, so this will be kind of fun so you guys can see kind of what I valued some of this stuff at and what I ended up purchasing it for. It might just take me a second because I don't know all these numbers off the top of my head, so I got a cheat sheet next to me. I'm just going to have to look at it. First up, we got a 2000 Crown Royale Tom Brady rookie. I'm not too familiar, but I'm pretty certain there's a hobby version, which is this one, and then there's like a retail version, which have different colors in the little crown area. For this Tom Brady, I paid $160 and I valued it at $230. Paid $160, valued $230. Flux Jerry West auto. This is the Swingman insert sticker autograph. These are non-numbered, but cool to have a Jerry West auto, especially since he's not around to sign anymore. It's obviously cool that there's still some autographs out there of him that are floating around. So Jerry West auto. This one I paid $20 and I valued at $40. Paid $20, valued $40. Gunnar Henderson 2024 Topps Chrome on the spot autograph. This is going to be serial number 33 out of 50. That's an on-card autograph. So really cool auto here of Gunnar Henderson. This was probably the most expensive single that I purchased. This one I paid $300, valued at $370. Paid $300, valued $370. Garrett Wilson, 2024, I believe, or 2023? 2023 Prism Gold Sparkle, which are serial numbered out of 24. For Garrett Wilson. Not rookie. This would be second year for him since he was 2022 rookie. This one I paid $30, valued at $50. Paid $30, valued $50. Kobe Bryant. This was from 1997-98 Topps Chrome. So second year for him. Was unfortunate. There's definitely some greening here on this copy. I don't know if the video camera picks it up very well, but definitely can see it on his face was probably the most prevalent and a little bit in some other spots. But this one I paid $10 and I valued at $25. Paid $10, valued $25. Cal Ripken autograph. This is from Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. That's an on-card autograph for Cal. Looks really nice and clean, very nice and bold. Blue autograph there for Ripken. So bought this one at $105, valued $140. Paid $105, valued $140. Now, some of this stuff was bought in a lot together. Some of it was just bought individually. So some stuff I might get a better price on compared to what I thought value was because I bought it in a lot. Some might be just a one-off and I feel like I paid stronger. And some I truly don't know the value. Like this card, I'm kind of guessing since it's a one-on-one I thought the value was. So I took a gamble. This is a 2018 National Treasures Rookie NFL Gear Trio. You got Nick Chubb, Ronald Jones, the second, and Kerryon Johnson with the NFL Players logo. It's a 101 from their rookie year. This one I paid $100 and I valued at $200. Paid $100, valued $200. Now the value I'm completely guessing. It might be $150, it might be $100, it might be $300. Kind of took a gamble on that one. Out of all the raw cards, I'm going to give this one a shot at PSA. I think it's got a chance to PSA 9, and if it PSA 8s, I still gain a little bit in value here. This is a 2017 Contenders Patrick Mahomes Rookie of the Year Contenders. This one I paid $80 for the raw copy. I valued at $100. If it grades a PSA 8, the last sale was $130. The last sale for a PSA 9 was around like $150 to $170. So definitely a chance for some value increase. If for some reason at PSA 10s, they're like $400, it's a really low chance to gem. My guess is no. There's a little bit of whitening there and just a slight bit there. And then left to right is probably like 45, 55 centering. So we'll see how much they knock me down for those three things, but I think it's got a great chance to PSA 9, worst case PSA 8 in my opinion. So definitely going to pay the $20 and give this a chance for a value boost there for the Mahomes. That was all the raw stuff from the Lansing show. Here's the graded cards from the show. First up graded, you got a 2022 Bowman Mega Box James Wood. This is the Mojo. PSA 10 for the James Wood. I paid $25 here, valued at $40. Paid $25, valued $40 for the PSA 10. This was a straight trade, 1967 Topps Mickey Lolich. This is a PSA 6. Kind of an in-between PSA label, not old school, not new school, is the in-between. This one I did a straight-up trade. I had a soccer card valued at $20. It was either 20 or 25. I can't remember which one it was. We just did a straight up trade for the Lilich. I figured a vintage card from a Tigers guy graded as a PSA 6 would be an easier move than the soccer card that I had. So we did a 1-for-1 even trade at value at like the $20, $23. Next up, 2019 Chronicles Zion Williamson. This is the Crusade Silver PSA 10. This one I paid $10 for. I valued at $20. Paid $10, valued $20. There's a trio of Jackson, Smith, and Jigbas. This was all from the same person. If I remember correctly, these were all hit in breaks. I think this person had the Seahawks, if I remember correctly. So it's just looking to get rid of some stuff that he hit in breaks. This is a kaleidoscopic of Jackson Smith and Jigba that got a PSA 8. The kaleidoscopic I valued at $60 and I paid $40. So paid $40, valued $60. Then we got the rookie Prism Auto Silver from 2023 Prism, graded a PSA 9. This auto I paid $50, valued $70. Paid $50 and I valued at $70. And then the most expensive one for him was the Razzle Dazzle. I believe these are supposed to be case hits. I'm not sure. I haven't watched enough of this stuff ripped. As a PSA 10, the Razzle Dazzle I paid $90 for, valued at $115. Paid $90, valued $115. This one I took a gamble on. I don't know a whole lot about soccer. I had to just go off of sales alone. I don't know too much about him specifically. Federico Valverde, hopefully I'm saying that right. 2020 Chronicles. This is the Contenders Optic insert from Chronicles for that year. This is the Blue Mojo, which is numbered out of 16. 5 out of 16 is the serial number. As a PSA 8, the guy who graded it said he thought it was low. He thought it had a chance to 9, even a chance to 10. So he was a little disappointed in the grade. This one I paid $150, valued at $225. And this one I'm kind of taking a gamble. There wasn't really an exact sale of a Contenders Optic. I had to go guessing off of other subsets from Chronicles that were raw, I think. So kind of taking a gamble on that one. That's why I paid a little bit on the lower side there. 1969 Topps Nolan Ryan, little vintage action, graded a PSA 4. I thought it was a decent 4. Centering was pretty solid for a PSA 4. I thought it definitely was not bad in any means, maybe slightly off, but I think the corners were the biggest downgrade in the grade there. But this PSA 4, I paid $175. I valued at $230. Paid $175, valued $230. Derek Jeter was a straight 1-for-1 trade. 1997 Studio Hard Hats PSA 9. Kind of a cool one in a PSA 9. These are numbered out of 5,000. So definitely nothing too rare or anything like that with 5,000 copies out there. But just a graded Jeter as a PSA 9 numbered card from the 90s is going to be slightly more easy to move than the card that I had traded it for. I can't remember exactly. Actually, I do. It was a Matt Manning autograph PSA 10. So a Tigers pitcher who is not doing too hot. And I traded it for a Derek Jeter who is obviously already established. So that was a 1-for-1 trade straight up. I valued this Jeter at $30. This is the one card that I think I'm going to PC. I haven't decided. I haven't added a Prism Gold into my PC for a little bit. I think this one would be definitely a good price point, and Miguel is obviously a good player for Detroit history, and I don't have a ton of Detroit players in the PC for Prism Gold right now, so definitely considering just throwing this one on the PC and paying the money for it and stashing it. This is a 2015 Prism Miguel Cabrera Gold PSA 10, and this is the back end or bookend serial number 10 out of 10. This one did not have any sales. It's a Pop 1, I believe, for a PSA 10. This one I paid $100. I had no idea the value. I think it could be worth $150. It could be worth $200, somewhere around there. But I thought it was safe to take at $100. And if I decide not to sell it, I'm just going to stash this one into the PC, which I'm very much debating to do so. I will leave those two for the end. This was also a trade, 1972 Topps Jerry West SGC 6. Centering wasn't too bad on this one either. Probably top to bottom was a little bit off compared to the left to right. This one I traded, I think, 6 cards that I had in my value box that were ranging from like $3 to $23. The value of those 6 value cards ended up being $55 on my sticker, which we traded straight up for this. The last sale was $50 and $60, so we split the difference value-wise at $55. So we did a straight up 6 cards he got from my value box, and I took the Jerry West straight up. Now, these two weren't technically from the show. I had worked out a deal ahead of time, so I'm not really counting these as show pickups because these purchases were made ahead of time. The deal was actually took place at the show because we just met up there. But this is a Metal Universe Michael Jordan Platinum Portraits. Now, the one thing that I don't know about this is the year on the card is 2020-21. On the back of the card, it even says 2021 Metal Universe was produced in 2021. It has 2023 on the PSA label, and I went and looked at other copies as well, and they all say 2023. So I don't know if that's just it came in 2023 Metal Universe, and like the 2020-21 Platinum Portraits was a set in the 2023 Metal Universe. That's something I'll have to look up after this. Definitely will be curious to know why that is. I'm assuming PSA did not make a mistake. I just don't have the knowledge of it. So I'll be looking up that one. If somebody knows, feel free to put it in the comments so I know. But Michael Jordan Platinum Portraits, this is graded a PSA 9. It was very interesting. I took a gamble here. There was only one sale I could find for a PSA 9, which was $2,830. There was PSA 10s between $5,000 to $5,500, so the $2,830 seemed reasonable for a PSA 9, basically half the PSA 10s. And there was none available, graded raw on eBay at all for sale. So I took a gamble. I ended up paying $2,100 for the MJ, and I valued it based off the last sale at $2,830. So paid $2,100, valued $2,830. When I say $2,830, $2,100 I paid, $2,830 was the value. Also, as part of the same deal, the Jonathan Kuminga Platinum Portraits. This one is a PSA 10. Was intriguing to me that it was graded a 10 for Kuminga. I think he's still got some hype leading into next year for the Warriors. Took a gamble on this one. I couldn't find a PSA 10 sale. Raws were selling for like $150 to $200 pretty consistently. I think the most recent raw was $200, so I put the value at 2x of that. I paid $300 and I valued at $400. So paid $300, valued $400. That one truly is going to be a question mark. Maybe somebody thinks it's worth more, so I'll price it on the high side since it's a 10 and let it sit since there's none available for 10s and kind of see what happens. So I'll do the same thing for both the MJ and that Kuminga. That was everything from the Lansing show. Again, that was all stuff that I found when I was set up as a dealer. This next show was everything from the Bridgeview, Illinois show, and I just walked around. I drove in the morning to the show just to walk around, try to find some stuff to buy as I'm going to the Fanatics show this upcoming week, Fanatics Fest in New York, and I was trying to bring some new inventory and fresh inventory there. So that was kind of the goal at both of these shows, and this is what I picked up at the Bridgeview show. You got a Crown Royale. This is the handcrafted die cut, which is pretty cool. Got the Larry O'Brien trophy in the background, and then serial numbered out of 18 for this copy, 17 of 18 for Tim Duncan. This one for Timmy D, I paid $45 and I valued at $60. Paid $45, valued $60. Marcus Camby, this was cool to pick up. This is the original Platinum Portraits from 97, 98, which was very cool. I think this is, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong here, still learning about some stuff from the 90s. I believe this was the first year of Platinum Portraits. If there was one earlier, I will be mistaken, and I'm sorry, but I believe this is the first year from 97, 98. This is going to be Marcus Camby, a raw copy. I paid $75 and I valued at $95. Paid $75, valued $95 for the Marcus Camby. Steph Curry, this was probably my second favorite purchase from the show. 2023 Prism, the White Ice, which to my knowledge is a new parallel. Numbered out of 35. Also believe this is a retail parallel from the hangers, but 12 out of 35 is the serial number. PSA 10, this is a Pop 2, never sold as a 10, only raw copies. I ended up paying $525. I valued at $650. Raw sales were pretty consistent around the 300 to 320 range, so I basically took 2x of that for the PSA 10, and I'm guessing on value, so paid $525, valued $650. Brock Purdy, 2022 Chronicles Prism Black Silver, PSA 10, rookie. This Brock I paid $160, valued at $210. Paid $160, valued $210. David Beckham, Mosaic autograph from 2021 Mosaic Premier League. That's a sticker auto, but it's graded a PSA 10, the card itself, which is pretty sick. It's a cool story about this one. I went up to a showcase, and it was mainly soccer. There was like 2 baseball cards, 2 basketball cards. It was 2 young kids and their dad. I ended up talking to them for a little bit. This is the first show that they had ever set up at. So this is the first time they had ever been a dealer at a show. This card caught my eye since it was a PSA 10 and Beckham in the Manchester United uniform, which was pretty cool. So I ended up asking if they had any room on the card. They had it stickered at $550. And the kid one of the kids ended up saying, like, that's my card. He told me how he got it. He ripped some packs in the car, and then it was a car ripped, and they graded it, got a PSA 10. Everybody keeps asking him what his favorite card is, and he said this is his favorite card. And so I said, you know, are you trying to sell it? Because I don't want to try and take your favorite card if it's your favorite card. The kid ended up saying that he doesn't want to sell it, so he took it back. The dad was kind of funny because he was like, well, then we shouldn't have put it out if you didn't want to sell it. It was kind of a teaching moment for him. And I said, no worries. Like, that's totally okay. I'm glad I didn't try to take it from him if he didn't want to sell it. So then I started walking around the show a little bit more. Then like 2 minutes later, the kids both came up to me and they were like, you know, what would you offer for it? And I said, well, if you're interested in selling it, I would offer you $400 cash. That would be what I would be willing to pay for the card. And they said, okay. And then they were like, the kid ended up saying again, you know, I don't think I want to sell it. And I said, no worries. Like, I'm going to be walking around the whole show. If you choose to sell it, I'm here. If not, I'm not offended. They walked back to the table. Probably like another 5 minutes later, they came and found me and they were like, would you do 450? And now this was the kid who was negotiating with me, which was the very first time he ever negotiated, which was kind of fun. So he said, could I do 450? And I said, if you want, I would do 425 cash. And he said, deal. Shook my hand. We went back to his table. The dad ended up saying that, you know, did you work out a deal? And the kid was like, yes. He was like, this is his first card that he's ever sold. So that was really cool. We ended up taking a picture. He got a picture with the money in the card, the kid did, showcasing his first sale. And then we all took a picture together, the two kids and me, with the card, the money, and just everybody together. So that was kind of fun being able to purchase it. The kid ripped it out of a pack, graded a PSA 10. He obviously made a lot of money from it because he just ripped it from a single pack. But he had a cool story behind it, and that was his first card he ever sold, and obviously his biggest card he's ever sold. So that was kind of cool, having him hold $425 in cash, and the dad took a picture, and it was kind of fun. So that was the backstory of the Beckham specifically. Kind of a long-winded story there, but was definitely fun. Thought it was fun to tell. So I paid $425 cash. I valued at $550. There was two sales recently at $550 and $575, but then before that they were below $500, if I remember correctly. So I ended up valuing it at $550 just to try and be safe on the low side of the two most recent sales. So paid $425, valued $550. Cool MJ one here, 1997 Collector's Choice StarQuest. BGS 95. This one caught my eye because it was a BGS 95 True Gem Plus, which to my memory, this card is fairly difficult to grade. So to have a BGS 95 True Gem Plus definitely caught my eye. This one I paid $220 and I valued at $300. Kind of a tough one to put a value on. The last BGS 95 sale was like $230. The last True Gem sale was $300, and PSA 10s do like $400. So I thought with the True Gem Plus, it would be safe to value it at that last True Gem sale of $300. So paid $220, valued at $300 even. Might be higher, might be lower. We'll see with that one, but that's the best I could value that one at. This Kobe was interesting. I think I might have paid too strong here. We'll find out pretty quick. But 1997 Fleer Ultra Kobe Bryant Star Power Plus. This is an SGC 9 copy. I paid $180. I put the value down as $220. I think that might be on the high side. There was a PSA 8 that just did like $230, and then some PSA 9s that did like $250 to $300, but it's kind of been all over the place. So I think it just kind of depends on what somebody wants to pay that week, because it's been all over the place for grades like 8s and 9s. So we'll see. I think this is going to be the one card that I ended up taking an L on, but we'll see. That's my gut reaction on the Kobe. But again, paid $180, valued $220. And then the last card from the show, I think the coolest card that I purchased by far, definitely the most eye-appealing, 2018 Prism World Cup Road to Russia. This is, I believe, an insert subset autograph, short printed on-card autograph for Lionel Messi, and it's going to be a silver serial numbered bookend 99 out of 99. So Messi auto on card autograph looks super nice. SGC 8 is the grade, which is definitely on the lower side. However, the seller told me exactly where it was. You can see right there, if I can get the glare right, there's like an indent on the car, like a fingernail. That's it. The rest of the card looked decent. I think the corners are a little bit. So I think the grade itself is fine. It would have been interesting to put an autograph grade on it since it looks really clean with the auto. But this one I paid $2,500. I took a gamble on. I valued at $3,000. There is a BGS 9.5 10 auto most recently did $3,500, and I think there was like a PSA 8 or a PSA 9 did $3,800 before that. So I took a gamble that it was at $3K value being an SGC 8, but the auto was really nice. I don't think you can really go wrong with a Messi on card auto in his Argentina uniform from Prism and being serial numbered. So I took a gamble, paid $2,500, valued at $3,000. So that was everything from that show. That was everything from the two shows. Definitely had some fun at both. I think I ended up spending close to $8,000 or $9,000 between the two shows. Oh, and I didn't mention these either, so I'll do that real quick. I totally forgot. I bought a couple sealed wax boxes also. A 2020-21 Prism Basketball Hobby Box. Paid $1,000 for this one, valued at $1,200. Paid $1,000, valued $1,200. That was at the Lansing show. And then the other one was a 2022 Bowman Draft Jumbo Hobby Box. Jackson Holiday, first Bowman's is in this set specifically. That's the Chaser, I believe. I paid $600 for this one, and I valued at $700. So paid $600, valued $700. So with the wax and the cards, I think I ended up spending close to like $8,000 or $9,000 between the two shows, which I was okay with. I love to try to spend as much as I can at shows because the more inventory you have, the better chances you have of selling cards because you have more inventory. So, wish I would have bought a little bit more, but that's just everything that I felt comfortable purchasing. So that's everything from the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdown of this one and kind of showcasing what I got into some of these for and what I think the estimated values would be. Again, the only thing that's for sure is what I paid. Everything that I said as far as estimated value is all estimated. We'll see what I ended up selling the stuff for on the back end. So thank you for watching. Everyone have a great day, and don't forget to smile. Later, guys.